artists, how are you today? Stephanie Aune coming to you from the banks of the Trinity River here near Willow Creek, California. Oz and I welcome you to the studio. I hope you're doing well today. In this week's edition of Masterclass, Fred and Gertie gets finished up. Now I am still playing with the colors down here. This is obviously a little bit too dark here, and this is possibly a little bit too red. So still messing with the colors. I need to get the video done, so I am just showing you like it is right now. I've been working on it probably for 5 hours today, so your video will be a little bit choppy, and I'm going to try to speed you up through the process. We just paint the sky, I varnished the tree, and then added a little bit more paint over the top of it. I redid the background, just put some extra paint over it, tried to get some more definition with it, and I love their little house by the ocean and their tree. It's pretty incredible now. I'll get you up there closer to it. Some really cool detail came out of that paper clay. Very, very happy. And again, this is just going to be tweaking the values, and this is going to be tweaking the temperature. So I just need to make this less of a value change, and I need to make this a cooler piece. If you squint at it, this does come a bit forward, and that is not what we want at this point. We have Fields of Summer here. This is our Patreon project. We're working on the cattails now within our spider web. Pretty cool. This side, I'll still need to figure out what to do with it, but I am loving this side. Pretty darn cool, making that spider web trying to have its own amazing environment. So if you are interested in Patreon, your support would be greatly appreciated. We have a $10 tier and a $25 tier. The $25 tier, you get a half-hour conversation with me face-to-face every month, and it's really cool to get to know you guys and to see your artwork and to have that personal interaction. I don't get to have that very often, so it's really nice for me to be able to have that conversation with you. And you know, with the $10 tier and the $25 tier, you guys are getting 2 videos a week now, one with Masterclass, one with creating your first altered book. We have amazing projects happening all the time. The Build-A-Doodle is going great, and please be sure, guys, to leave comments and to like and subscribe and to add to playlists. Those things really do help out the channel, and that is really super appreciated. Very much so. Okay, well, I hope you guys have a great day, and here's the video. Like I said, I'm going to fast forward you through a lot of it because it was very puttery painting work. So have a great day. We'll chat soon. Bye. Alright guys, just real quick here, I'm putting on the final touches of a last coat of varnish on this. I've also decided to go ahead and put a thin piece of fabric in here. I didn't want to do it. I should have just done it in the beginning. I kept looking at it and realized that it was really important to do it. So before you start this, be sure that all your pages are reinforced. With this particular book, the paper is not that heavy duty glossy paper. It's more of a it wasn't, you know, printed on that slick glossy paper. So the paper has kind of disintegrated, pulled away, and I wanted to make sure that this book doesn't fall apart before I even get past the second one. Got some cattails going on Fields of Summer, so I've been working on that today. So we've got the coat of varnish down. I'll still probably paint over it. I just wanted to give it a sealant. I don't want to lose all that beautiful work that I've done. With the paper clay, you need to coat it before you put on your paint or your stuff. I didn't know that when I did it, and so I'm paying for it a little bit. I'm backtracking, but since I have to repaint this anyways, I figured I would just do the repair, do it properly, and backtracking a touch, you know, just reinforce your seams. Just get in the habit of always reinforcing your seams. That's the lesson here. All right, artists. Well, Fred and Gertie, continue. So just to let you know here with this, I did, what are you bonking me for? What are you bonking? What are you doing? Come on. Come on. Oh, what's up, babe? Oh, what's up? Hi. You seeing what I'm doing? I know you want to go out and play, but I need you to just take a nap. Yeah, you've been kind of wild this morning. His buddies left town yesterday. They went back down to the bay where they live at most of the time. And so he's a little bit bored without them. Yeah, he's a little bored, huh? Are you a little bored? Oh. You bonked me. You bonked me with your black head. Mm-hmm. You did. You did block me with your black head. You're such a good boy. What do you think, buddy? Oh, you're tired. You could take a nap. I gave you a chewy so that you could just kind of relax and chew on your chewy and take your nap. You know. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, don't put your nose in the paint. Don't put your nose. Ozzy, 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 Ozzy. Ozzy, 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 Ozzy. Ozzy, 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 Ozzy. Ozzy, Ozzy. A little bit. What are you doing?
Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, doggy. I got you.
Oh, you're gonna grab my hair? Is that what you're doing? Is that what you're doing? Oh, you're gonna nibble on my shirt? Is that what you're doing? Shake up the doggy, shake up the doggy. He's very soft, unless he loses his mind a little bit. And then he might let it chop down. What do you think? Where's your ball? I'll throw a ball for you just here we're not, no. He gets so excited if you say anything. I know it's boring. Okay. This ball kind of bounces off of his teeth. He's actually a very good catcher. He just bounces off of his teeth a little much, huh? Oh, you do. Yes, you do. Oh. He's still a little floppy. Little puppy still. All right, I've got to get down to work. Oh, crazy dog. What? I was just saying I have to get to work. I don't have time. I don't have time to play with you right now, buddy. That was a nice catch, see? After he practices it a little bit, then he gets much better. Ready? Ready? Oh, that one was my bad. Threw it over his head. Bring it here. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, drop the ball. Drop the ball. I'm not playing tugs. Not playing tugs. Get it? Nice. Nice. Good hand to mouth coordination, kid. Okay, guys, here we are back at Fred and Gertie's house once again. My light bulbs up over my overhead have actually burned out. So we're kind of getting a little bit different light on here today. Don't forget to take your water spray bottle and just spray down your paints. It's best to have them stay a little bit damp. You guys know my basic palette by now. It is listed in the Amazon links. This is most likely cerulean. Yeah, that's a cerulean. And we have cobalt. We have all sorts of different colors. That's great teaching, right? We have all sorts of different colors. Sorry. Just trying to focus on this here for a second. And it's hard to do that when you're talking all the time. You know, that's one of the hard parts about doing this part from my end is that I just like to get into the zone and just like to start painting. And, you know, I've got to keep talking while I'm doing it. Or, like I'm going to do, is I'm going to put you guys on fast forward while I'm doing this again. You have watched me paint this sky before. And I'm going to do basically that same technique, just kind of building it up. I'll be bringing the green down into the center. I do want to try to keep the darker colors in the corners. And I'll bring in a fine brush and get into all of those little spots in there. That's my goal, at least. I'm going to add a little bit of the quinacridone magenta in here. A little bit of the purpley color. It's a little bit too much. Here we go. I've got a lot of liquid on here, so it's probably a little bit too much liquid, but it's okay. Actually, it's just giving us a wash. And since we have our other colors down already, we don't need to have, you know, as thick of paint. So your coverage, the more coats that you have, the easier the coverage is. And so you can kind of do a wash type technique instead of just, you know, having to have such hard full coverage. So each layer gets easier and easier to put on. I'm going to add a little bit more white to that, and possibly just a little touch more of this aqua green. This is a cobalt teal, I think is the lighter green. And the reason for the green is I'm wanting to create kind of that soft, hazy feeling that you get at the ocean. And in order to kind of have that softness, you have to kind of put a little bit of green in with the sky colors. It does actually help quite a bit. And I'm okay with getting a little bit of paint on the roof here because it's going to allow it to kind of blend into the background a little bit more. Now I can go around it with Stabilo, and I probably will, but we want to you know, make sure that we have things soft and pretty. It's just adjusting the color work. That's all we keep doing here. As you can see, it goes much quicker when we're doing our final coats here. Our final little touch-ups. It got a little bit too green, possibly. But I don't mind it at this point, so I'm not going to really... Oh, it's the right color. And also let those colors kind of blend into the trees a little bit, because we do want to let it kind of, you know, the tree needs to blend in, the background needs to blend in. We'll bring the front parts of the tree forward, but we do have to let the other parts kind of sit behind. And I'm going to actually add a little bit more green right in here too, because I'm liking that greener color. And let's pop in here and get just a little bit of this darkness up here. So my paints are very, very wet right now, which is allowing this to blend, which we want. We do want this all to kind of blend together. It's a soft, soft beach day. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put you guys on fast forward so that I can just kind of focus on this sky. I'm going to bring in some more darks up in here. I've got to make myself a little bit more space. This is crazy. And we're just going to play with this.